All right, let's see what we got now. Looks like we are live. Let's see. All right. All right, looks like we are live now. We got one person in here. Who can hear me? Who's out there? Oh, it's Tyler. What's going on, guy? No, moderator, huh? Let's fix that. There we go. All right. Sorry about that a second ago. I don't know what was going on with that. I was live and then I touched the USB where the camera's plugged in, but I guess as soon as you disconnect from that, you just lose everything and there's no way to reconnect the camera again. At least it wouldn't find it, so maybe there is a way, but I couldn't figure it out. So that is streaming. Here we are. We're back back again. So let's see. This is my hunting bag. I think it's time to. I've been thinking about this for a while now. I think it's time to break down some weight on this. So yeah, right. Only the best production. I think it's time to dig into this thing and start laying it on the table and see what's actually in here. I feel like I only use 2 or 3 things in this bag, and this thing probably weighs 10 or 12 pounds, I'd imagine. So let's see. Let's start digging in. Maybe I'll go pouch by pouch. So well, we start in the front here. So in the front, Leatherman signal. A little off to the side here. I got the Leatherman I like to carry a Leatherman Signal in this bag, specifically because this is a heavy-duty tool, quote-unquote, but it's nice to have a pair of pliers. I don't like to carry this on my person when I'm hunting. It's just kind of bulky. I already have enough stuff on me, so this lives in the bag just in case. This has a ferrous seam rod on it as well and a knife sharpener. So pretty slick little tool. So you gotta open it up. It's got a little tab right inside here. Pop that guy open, and there's your ferro rod. Works pretty slick. I'm a fan. Yeah, let's see. Let's put this back in. Let's see. What else? I also got the other half. These are bit drivers from Leatherman. So these are Allen. Let's get these up in the camera. I have Allen right here. Pretty much a full set. I think it goes up. It's fairly large. Up to 1/4 inch or 6 millimeter. Sean, what's going on? So I think me and you were chatting about this actually. We're digging into the hunting bag today. Seeing what I can pull out, where I can shed some weight. Let's see, where was I? Talking about the Allen keys. Yeah. I was having some issues because it was I had started a stream and had to shut it down. So I had to kind of kick it back up. So might as well get going on this one. That's why it's a 2.1. So yeah, these are Allen keys. I like to keep these in the pouch here for the Leatherman. All the stuff on my bow is all Allen, so good to have like a set with you in the woods. So put that back in. I like to keep that with me. That lives in the bag. What else? Let's see what we got for weight on that guy. This one's that's a fairly heavy tool, but I don't think I really want to shed that weight. Oops. I guess we're over this. This is more than 200. The toilet paper. No, I'm not much of a toilet paper guy in the woods. I don't like to. I try and avoid that at all costs. Luckily I'm not hunting that far in the woods. It's more of an urbanized area. So if the time did ever come, then I can run. But there has been the times, right? What else? Got the hunting license right here. That also lives in the front, just in case you got a game warden or whatnot come up on you and they want to check your license. No issues there. But what else? I also like to keep a pen in there. I actually just took this one out of the bag, but I like to keep a pen. The way we do it here in Mass is when you get the deer, you have to fill out the tag immediately as soon as you recover it. So pen always with the tags. Let's see. So that's that pouch. That's just the front of this. Got an empty pouch right here. I like to use this one when I'm up in the tree because this kind of hangs open nicely like this. Have to have the we have to do the same thing. We have to have the tag on our on our backs. Interesting. Tag displayed on our backs till we fill it out. Interesting. So why you have to keep it on you, kind of showing that you have a tag until you actually get a buck? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, let's see. What else do we got here? This is just a small little pocket in the top of this bag. This actually, I like to keep a gear hoist in there. I broke this one on the last day of hunting season, but I like these retractable gear hoists. I'm probably going to replace it with the same one. This is just a cheapo. I really don't think they make a nicer one. Nylon webbing. It's pretty strong. I could probably fix this if I wanted to. I might just look into fixing it because I don't know if they actually make this one anymore. But I like this one specifically because it has just a little knob, and this metal clip is nice. So if you have Molly or something like that, let's see, doesn't look like this bag has any Molly on it. If you have Molly webbing, this clips into it really nicely, so you can just kind of click it in there, and this will hold nice and secure. Just like our fishing license has to be displayed on our person. Fish tags can be anywhere but hunting tags mostly go on our backs because it's easier. Huh, that's an interesting one. Yeah, so we don't have to display our tags. After you get the deer, it has to be attached to it. So we like to kind of, I have them in here somewhere, but we like to use like a laminated card almost, and we'll put that through the deer's ear, and it will kind of stick to it that way. Seems to work out pretty good. But we're good to just keep them like this. Just fold it up until we are ready to fill them out. And here I got permits and whatnot. Let's see. I won't show that because it's got my address and stuff on that. But what else? Keep rolling. Oh, this. All right, so this is just another Allen key. This doesn't actually stay in my bag. This one stays in my bow case. So let's just negate that. What else? I do got plugs in here. I like to keep plugs in here for muzzleloader and shotgun season. They mostly will stay out, but if I start getting into some stuff where I do see a deer, I'll throw some plugs in. That way, don't want to lose your hearing too young, right? So let's get that out. What else? Got anything in the sides here? Nothing in here. So this is just another pocket where you can kind of slide some stuff in there if you wanted to. I don't really use this one too much. Nice, our tags with slot in them after we fill them out. So you can put the tag, you put a hole. Yeah, zip ties work out pretty good actually. That's a good one. I was thinking about doing the same. Zip ties, I feel like would work better, and then you don't have a sharp with you as well. Yeah, this is I'll get into the bag after, but this is a purpose-built bag. This is specifically for saddle hunting. I can kind of break that stuff down after, but essentially this flap right here, my platform will sit in here, and that's what you stand on. And then you have these straps that go around the bag, and they can kind of cinch it tight. And I like to put my sticks on the side, and everything kind of locks together. It works pretty good. Yeah, no, it's a nice setup. I like the way this bag works out. I also, with these pouches, I like to put like kind of snacks and stuff in here if I am gonna go out for like a early morning hunt or maybe like a longer day hunt, get some lunch, because this has two. This is identical on both sides, so it has same deal right here. But I like to just kind of throw some chips or crackers or something in there. Nothing. Pop-Tarts are a big one in the woods. A lot of what's it called? A lot of energy in Pop-Tarts. They're pretty quiet too. Single knife or twin carry knife for field dressing. I'll get into that. I have a pretty big knife in here that I have some. I'm going to change my mind on it. I think I'll show it to you. So I got one more pocket on the outside. So here's where I keep my bow release on the side. This is I don't know what brand this is. I believe this is a Cabela's branded bow release. I like it because it's aluminized. It's all aluminum. It's a really light finger, so you kind of touch it and it snaps open. And then it has a nice hard lock. I've never had this slip, and I've shot hundreds of hundreds of arrows with this. I've never had it slip. It's very, very adjustable. I'm a big fan. You can actually adjust it right here with a little Allen key, and that seems to work out pretty good. I like this one. My only downside with this one is when it is on your wrist, like so. I guess it would be like this. It is kind of hard to, actually, sorry. There we go. Let's throw this on quick. So my only gripe with this one is it's kind of hard to adjust when you're putting it on backwards, of course. It's kind of hard to adjust this direction comfortably. The way you're supposed to shoot a bow is you're supposed to kind of choke up on it like so, and then let your finger relax in the bow, pull this until it releases. So when I'm climbing, this is kind of hard to tuck back. Looks a lot like the one I have, but simply newer. Don't remember what mine is. Yeah, the hair trigger is awesome. Some of them are like they're reverse. It's a harder snap back, but I don't like that. Hair tie is a good idea, actually. I've never tried that. I've only used a just like the cuff of my sleeve. I like to wear like a sweatshirt and then a lighter jacket. So I'll usually use the cuff of my sleeve and kind of tuck it in there, but that can get kind of awkward because you have to loosen this and kind of force it in there. So hair tie, that's a great idea though. I'm gonna give that a try. I'll have to steal one from the wife. Give that a rip. But yeah, it looks like this is a Cabela's branded because it's a blackout, I guess. So this has been good. I would buy this again. I've seen the ones they're producing now. They're not this quality. This is a good one. My trigger takes as much as Overton's trigger in his rifle. Yeah, right. Yeah, you want that nice hairpin because you want the bow to surprise you when it goes off. Because if you expect it, it's going to your shot's going to wander. So, big fan. Now let's see. Empty there. I also got these. They're not really pockets on this. It's more just like an opening. It's all sewn, but I like to take. I actually carry this water bottle with me fairly often, but this fits in there really nicely. So doesn't add too much weight either. It's a perfect amount of water. Sometimes I'll sneak coffee in this in the morning. Works good. What else? What else? All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. So my kit might be a little different than most people's, since I do hunt on a saddle. So my gear is kind of tailored toward that. It's ultra lightweight because I have to carry everything up into the tree with me. And I'm also walking much further than probably a typical hunter. Trigger takes, also need to have some work done on mine. Can't pull it back at 70 more. It's my arm problem. But yeah, my dad has the same issue. He can't pull back a bow at all. He actually hunted the crossbow because of it. I do pull at 70. I think 70 is a good number. You get a lot of speed out of your bow, a lot of power, and you don't have that drop at the longer yards, longer shot. But let's see. So first thing, I always keep a roll with me. Just a hand warmer. I don't really like to wear gloves hunting. This is a nice one. This keeps the wind off your hands, and it works out better than like jacket pockets. This is nice and quiet. It's got a little little strap like that, and that just kind of goes around your hip. This one's a bungee, so you can cinch it up nicely. Works good. Yeah, I carry hand warmers too. I actually have it removed from this bag. I have an electric hand warmer, and I like the electric hand warmer because it's also a battery. So electric hand warmer, I'll usually put that in here and just, keep it in there. It gets pretty hot, better than the air activated ones. I'm not a huge fan of those. I don't really think they're really worth their weight, to be perfectly honest. But that thing, my gloves in here, like I said, I don't really like to wear gloves. I do like these. I think these are made by Under Armour. They're getting a little worn out in the fingers here. Nothing too bad, but in the cold you can feel it. These work pretty good though. I think they're very light. They keep the wind off your hands, and I like that they snap together because you're not going to lose them. If you lose one, then you're kind of SOL. But when I am wearing gloves, I'm wearing these. I don't feel like you're losing a lot of feeling with these, so keep those with me. This is a knee pad. My brother actually made it for me. So this goes around the tree, and I can kneel into the tree. And it kind of keeps that rough texture off. I think that works out pretty good. Pretty light. This is just like a fabric. My brother tried to take up sewing for a while, see if he can make some stuff, and it seemed to work out. What else? We got a first aid kit in here. Not really a real first aid kit. This is more of like a boo-boo kit, essentially. It's really just got Band-Aids in here. It is hooked up from Molly. I bought this specifically for the pack. I couldn't really care less about the contents when I bought it. So a lot of this is stuff that I've put in here, not necessarily what it came with. So I do have a tourniquet in here, just in case. Let's make some room here. Put that there. Oh, I forgot this on the side. This is just an S-binder. I like to keep this on the side, or I like to clip it up here, and I can actually hook my bow and the gear hoist and the backpack all at the same time. I hook everything and pull it up with me. Battle Chemists, welcome. Welcome. So since you just joined us, we're diving into the hunting bag. I'm trying to see what I have in here and how I can shed some weight. I got a lot of stuff in here, and I feel like it's a lot of stuff that I don't really use. So looking to shed some weight. We just cracked open the first aid kit. More of a boo-boo kit than anything. Not really a first aid kit. A first aid kit is more, I think, is an insult. I think this is an insult to a first aid kit, in my opinion. So, tourniquet. I believe this is just a cheapo, if I remember right. But should work. I like the feeling and everything. Did it a couple years ago. My backpack was super heavy, and I cut it way back. You have to every now and again, because these things are notorious for accumulating garbage, and you don't need a lot of stuff with you when you're hunting, typically. At least in my experience, I don't really need much with me. So let's see. Inside the first aid kit, it's nothing special. I have shears. These are pretty sharp. I've actually used these to cut my tags. I think that works out pretty nicely. This is one of the reasons I bought this kit. I like the way it was labeled. I thought it worked out really well. So this, and I like to follow this. So it just essentially says what it has in it. Large wound dressing, 4-inch gauze, 2-inch gauze, adhesive bandages, and a conforming bandages, PBT. I think the way that these are labeled are awesome. Mylar emergency blanket. You never know. I don't know. I keep it in there. It keeps up some space. 40 by 56 triangular bandage. This is just a bag just for personal medicines. If you had any medications, I like to just keep this in here just in case I need an extra bag. I've actually cracked into this one a little bit, but I like to replenish it as I can. So this just has your typical cleaning supplies for cuts. So alcohol prep towelettes, antiseptic, sting relief if you get, you know, bee stings or anything like that. This has medical tape. It does have protective gloves, which I have to replace. I took those out. This does have tweezers in it, and it has safety pins. So I like the way that this is organized because it says exactly what's in it, which I think works great. What else? Trying to advantage. Personal medicines. I think that's everything in here. Yep, that is everything in here. And I'll put this back together. But I like the way this all packs together. So, I mean, this is just a little tiny bag. You get your scissors in there, and you can get your tourniquet in. Yeah, and you know, Sean, that's the reason why I'm doing this, because I lately have been getting out a mile or more, and I need to get into this bag, get out the junk I don't need, and I need to beef this thing up. This is a little tiny bag. I mean, this thing is only, let's see, 6 by 4. So I think this thing is a pretty good little hunting kit. You know, I think it's good for cuts. I think it's got some emergency stuff in there. It's got far more in here than what I know what to do with. So I think for me, this thing works. Maybe in the future, once I get some more training, I actually know how to use some of these things, I think that's the way to go. But for now, keep with that. Rangefinder. This is a cheapo. I mostly archery hunt and everything's within 100 yards. So this is a Nikon Aculon. Works awesome. And it, you know, I've never replaced the batteries in this. I couldn't even tell you what battery this takes. But I keep it on a retractable lead. That seems to work pretty nicely. Keep the TQ in the IFAK. Looking at attaching a TQ to the backpack straps or somewhere else we can get quickly with one hand. Oh, tourniquet. You need to stop a layer to bleed. You need it fast. Yeah, and that's kind of, this is why I'm doing this. Because I wouldn't normally have done that. But recently I've learned you need to do those things. So this tourniquet, eventually, before the hunting season, will make it out of this bag and somewhere on the side here. Either on the side or I'm thinking somewhere up here. I have some very small pouches. I have 2 pouch here and a pouch here. They're not really useful for anything else, but I think if I get into one of these, I mean, these have the nice rip pulls on them too. You could easily do that with one hand. So I think that's the way to go. Let's see. Let's put that back. I'm thinking attached to a shoulder strap that's available from the front. Shoulder strap's a good idea. Yeah. I do have some webbing up here. I might be able to make that work. I gotta figure that out. I typically don't like things on my shoulders. I find myself ducking quite a bit with all that stuff. So I think, I don't know. I think for me, this might be a better option. This is right on the back of my head. I feel like I could get that fairly easily. I'll have to play with that one. Gotta see what works for me. Let's see. I believe this is next. This is an old chest rig that I don't use anymore. I can't really, I don't know. I couldn't get behind this. This is a binocular rig. So in here I have my binoculars. These are Vortex Diamondbacks, I believe 10 by 42s. Nice binoculars. Yeah, 10 by 42 Diamondback. These are great. I really, really like these, but I don't use them in the woods. So I think I'd like to remove the binoculars and keep these in the truck. I find myself digging for them and using them in the truck. Use it for storage and have the shoulder across the back harness. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. I have the same. I like having the harness because I like putting things in the side. But that being said, I don't know if it's worth the wait. We're talking here 2 pounds, maybe. So I like this. Let me rephrase that. I like this, but I think it's going to end up out of my bag. I have the regular case for these binoculars. I think this is going to end up in the truck. I'll probably keep it for scouting. I think for scouting it works pretty good. But I like that, just like what he was saying. I like using the rangefinder better. I think the rangefinder works better for what I'm doing, I should say. Wind detector. Wind detector works awesome. This is just a little bit of powder. It's very light. And essentially you blow this up and it shows you kind of where the wind is going. Helps you find it at least. But works pretty good. Keep them in the truck and use a rangefinder. Carry harness will make a nice patch in a ball bag for muzzleloader hunting. I carry the binos on my chest because I don't like the idea of glassing with a rifle scope. Yeah, and that's exactly it. I don't have that range though. And glassing without a rifle scope, like for example using binoculars, that's extremely responsible. So I think that is definitely the way to go, and you'll see much better. You'll have a wider range of vision. So those might work for other people. I think it would work better for people who have a wider range. But my max sight in the woods here are 100 yards. I don't see further than that. I just don't think I need this. What I have trouble with is giving this up because I like carrying something like this on my chest and having it all right here. Yeah, exactly. The 4X. I think this might be a little bit more. Yep, this is a 6X. So works great for my purposes. It works exactly. It works exactly what I need. I just kind of peek around with this where I need to. I can sight in some trees, and for the weight difference and the size, I think it's just going to stick with that. Yeah, let's see. Let's make some room. Rattling antlers. I like to carry these with me. I'm trying to figure out how to make them smaller. I'm thinking about taking one of them, cutting it in half, and then you're good. If you were to cut that in half, yeah. No, there are smaller versions. I think if I were to cut these in half, I could save them. I believe I got these as a gift. They're very loud though. I like the way that they work. But they're too big. I mean, look at these things. We're talking 12 inches by 8. Too big. Way, way, way too big. Too much weight. I mean, I could shed a pound getting rid of those. Wait, don't need them. I do like using them though. These attract deer like crazy. Use one side on one side. As if, let's try it. Yeah, you could make it work. Might take. It's a little. It's not quite as much, but you could make it work. I like these. They're very loud. They're very, very loud. I've actually had people that I've been hunting with comment on these, asking if they heard that because they heard these and they recognize it as a deer. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think this could work. I think what I'll do is cut one of these in half, see how that works, and if I don't like it, then go with a rattle bag because this is. This is. I mean, that's too much. I can't do that anymore. Let's see. What else we got in here? What else? I do have a grunt call. I think this is going to find its way out of my bag. This is too. I used to use this more. Yeah, exactly. They're huge. I just didn't really think they were really worth it, I guess. For in terms of the weight, you could, I don't know, you could justify it. I think you could put it on the outside of the bag if you had to have them. They're not for me. Let's see. The buck grunt call. I might be able to make a place for this. I do carry water. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. So these have pouches on the side of this bag. This is a good bag. I like this one. I like to carry this water bottle with me, and this fits nicely in there. Completely disappears. Pretty quiet. Hydration is critical. You have to have this. Bladders, I haven't got behind bladders. I find that if I had a bladder, I would probably drink a lot, too much water. Let's see, what are we talking about here? Paracord lanyard around the neck, tucking your shirt until you need it, and you'll be golden with the call. Yeah, I could. This had a little piece around it. It had like a. This doesn't have a hole in it. Is the problem? It had like this little, almost like a choker that would hold it, and it was fine. But I don't know. I don't like it. What I did like is when I was using my binocular harness, this would stick here. And that's a slick setup right there. That's good. This is why I'm having trouble getting rid of this thing. This is extra weight, and it doesn't really work without binoculars. You could do it, but the 3 ounces, I think the 3 ounces does matter. Ounces are pounds, right? And here, I'm trying to get down to the bare bones. I don't need anything extra in the tree. I'm already carrying 25 pounds. If I can get down to 24.8 pounds, I'd do it. I would do it. So I don't know. I'm having a tough time getting rid of this one. Oh, between bladder and bottles. Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the bladders. I don't know. This does have a bladder pouch in there. I've never used it. I've never used a bladder, so I might not be the expert on this. It seems like too much water, in my opinion, but I don't know how much it typically holds. I, on a very hot day, will only drink this. That's just kind of how it is. But we like to hunt 3-4 hours at a time. Rhodesian style chest rig. Help us bearing the load and having potency chest for easy access. Yeah, but you know what? I'd rather just go without it. This makes you sweat like crazy. Even on a cold day, it makes you sweat like crazy. And I just don't think I need it. I think I can get rid of it. Yeah, I think I can get rid of it. I'm going to try getting rid of it. I don't think I need it. I don't use the binoculars in it. I find that when I am using binoculars, I'm trying to use binoculars, and I'm not looking for that. I'd rather just get rid of the thing. So that is going to live in the truck. What else? Field dressing gloves. This is what I was talking about. You accumulate trash. So, what do we got here? Looks like I got a hand warmer in there. You keep that one. That is trash. Get rid of that. Just put that there for now. What else? What else we got in here? More trash. Wow. They do make gloves for field dressing. You definitely should be wearing gloves when you field dress. Not only is it just better hygiene, but if you were to open up a deer and it had tuberculosis and you didn't know, you're directly exposing yourself. So having gloves is, a good idea. What else? What else? What else? What else we got here? Oh, here's my last season pen. Hello, husband. This is why. Oh, here's my wife. My wife is at the airport right now, and she's told me a few times her plane is delayed, so here I am. Baby wipes. That's a good one, actually. I don't think I have any baby wipes in here. I like to carry the Clorox wipes. I have a few of those. What else? I was thinking about grabbing the dude wipes. I've never used them, but I think it's probably time to get something like that in there, especially on your hands. When you're field dressing, you get a lot of blood everywhere, but definitely having gloves on you, I think, is important at the minimum. Those field dressing gloves, I'm going to replace those with some fresh ones. Hunter specified body wipes that aren't scented. Getting the job done quickly and efficiently and getting the truck so I can get out back for more. Dew wipes are nice, yeah. I think I'll try and get some unscented wipes. I think that's definitely the way to go. Let's see. What else we got in here? I think that is the end of the kit. I pulled these two out at the end. So this is one thing I like to carry with me. Silky Pocket Boy. This, in my opinion, that is the best saw you're gonna get. I'm a big fan of this guy, especially for what I'm doing, just for carrying. This weighs nothing. This is the fine tooth. It's extremely, extremely sharp. I like it for when you're climbing. You can trim branches as you're going up. Works really, really good. I'm a huge fan of that. And it has a little hard case. So this, I always mess it up that way. Little hard case with a clip here. So I can clip that directly to my saddle, and if I need it, I can pull it out. The case remains on my saddle. This, I took the lanyard off. I don't like lanyards. If I wanted a lanyard, I can put that on there and keep it around my wrists. But in all honesty, just for the little thing you're trimming, you're not getting much better than that. This thing is a pleasure to use. I actually break this out all the time. I need to get another one because this is a good saw. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of that. Anyone I've handed this to immediately looks at it and says, "What is this thing?" Because it is that good. Big fan of the Silky Pocket Boy. Let's see. Just have a couple random nylon webbings in my my bag. I believe this is part of my saddle, so I can tie it back and make loops if I have to. Attach random things. Those work. I don't know. Little things. I'll probably keep those on there. I probably have those in there for some reason and don't remember why. Grind Boss wipes. I'm not sure if I've used those. I'll have to check those out. I think I've heard of them, but yeah, worth keeping. And they're little nylon webbing. I believe this is kind of what you're supposed to do with it. And you make a loop, and that will allow you to attach things to your saddle. So those will stay with me. Here's the biggest weight hog I've had. I put this in my bag 3 years ago. It's a buck 119. I've never used it. I've never attempted to use it. I was given this by my father-in-law. It's a great knife. Don't get me wrong, but I think this is just way too much weight for what you're carrying. What you can get now, you can get razor sharp knives that are this big. They weigh nothing, and I don't think it's worth it. This is a lot of weight. It's big. It's bulky. It doesn't have any clip or anything like that. It's just got this big leather sheath. I think this has got to go. It's a great knife, but I don't think it's gonna live in my hunting bag anymore. That might turn into a truck knife. Yeah, exactly. The replaceable. My dad has one of those, a replaceable blade scalpel. That is a good knife. Every time that we've got a deer, I've been with him, and he's able to use that knife way better. I mean, you touch the skin of a deer, and it just blows open. It's because they're sharp. They're scalpels. This is not a scalpel. I don't think this needs to be in my hunting bag anymore. That can go away. Now let's see. Well, that is the hunting bag. So maybe we can look at the hunting bag itself. That's everything I carry in the hunting bag. Let's see. Let's buy some room here. That's a knife. I know that. I know that phrase. That's one of my favorite phrases. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah. So this is the bag I use. I never actually went over it. It's a Trophyline CAYS. Carry all your stuff. This is a purpose-built bag for saddle hunting. I really like it. This specifically, it's a soft. It's just a day bag. No frame or anything like that. Except this is my caveat, and that's the reason why these have stayed in my bag for so long. This does not have a spine. This provides rigidity when these are in the back, right? This provides rigidity for me. It almost makes a frame. I think this bag needs a frame, because if it had a frame, it would be much better to carry. The problem is, this being a soft bag without any type of backing, it just, it folds over in itself. I don't know. I got to figure that out. They do sell some DIY frames for these things. I think if it had a frame, it would help. Yeah. Well, I don't have that problem with the tree. I can dive into that. Yeah, cut out some thick cardboard. That's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe like some hardboard. Maybe hardboard might work. I know they sell some heavy plastic ones. That might be a good way. Yeah, Kydex, exactly. Yeah. I think that might be a decent way to go. Just a piece of Kydex back here, because this does have a little pocket right here. So, and this goes all the way to the bottom. Same thing on this side. So this actually has a pouch right here for a hydration bladder. I could probably make a Kydex spine for this. And I think if I were to get a Kydex spine in this, it would be a much better bag. Let's see. Let's close this up. Exactly, and I think that's going to be the plan. Make a Kydex spine for this thing. A Kydex spine, I think, would really help to firm up this bag. And if this could stand on its own, this is the other half of the problem. If you were to put a spine in this, it would stand up on its own. Right now, when there's any weight in it, it's just flopping over on itself, right? Somehow it's standing up on its own right now. I never experienced that. I don't experience that in the woods. But this, if it had a spine, it would be great. So I think that's going to be the move. Otherwise, this is a great bag. Oh, level 4 plate. Yeah, that might be a little over the top for this thing, but you never know, right? Hint, hint. Let's see what we can figure out with this. So the way this works is it has this pad in the front. This drops forward, and I can put my my platform in here, and then it has these straps right here, and this goes around the bag like so. It cinches it together. You know what? Why don't we just do it together? How about that? Why don't we do it together? Let's not bump that camera cord again. Don't want any mishaps. So here's the platform that I hunt with. So like I said before, I hunt with a saddle. So this may or may not be unfamiliar equipment. This is, I think this weighs about 8 pounds or so. I like to keep the cam buckle zipped on there just like that. Here, why don't we get a little more in frame? So, platform. This attaches just like this, and you take the bag itself, put it through. Same thing here. And now that's attached to the bag. It carries it just like this. No, this is cast aluminum, actually. It's tell you what, this is a nice piece. This is made by Trophyline. This is kind of the key to this whole system. This is all made by Trophyline and Novix, which Novix makes a lot of this stuff for Trophyline. These systems are made to work together. So a lot of people will try and piece together different types of gear with what they like, and I don't like to do that. So this being made by Novix for Trophyline, branded as Trophyline. This is made in USA. This is a nice piece. The castings are great. The cleats are very, very sharp. I've never sharpened these. It's adjustable right here. I mean, this is nice. Yeah, they built this nice. They did a good job with that. So let's get back to it. This goes through. Dysfunction. Clip and clip. So now it's attached to the bag. Yeah, so exactly. This is the problem. It doesn't want to stand up. I think if it had a spine or some form of rigidity, it would be better. So platform goes here, and then you have your climbing sticks. So I hunt with four mini sticks. These are also made by Novix. So these are interlocking. They kind of wrap together. They're not super tight, but they're enough that they're going to stay together. These are single steps. I prefer these just because of the weight. The issue you run into with the single steps is that the single step, when you kind of have to plan where you're going. So you want your last step out of the tree to be in the opposite side. For example, if this were my last step, you would want to set your platform on this side. Putting something flat in the bottom with the spine might help. The spine isn't enough. Yeah. I've been dabbling with the idea. I think Battle is onto something here. I think we got to get some Kydex in this thing. If I get some Kydex pads in the back, maybe on the floor of the bag, I think that's the way to go. I'll have to play with this. I got a lot of I'll have a better word for it. A lot of R&D on this to go. So got to figure this one out. So 4 mini sticks. These are 17 inches long, I believe. I can get 20 feet in the tree with this. Oh, you're invested. Okay. I'll keep you updated. Works for me. So, yeah, 17 inches. I can climb to 20 feet with these 4 sticks. These guys, one of these has this, a cableator. So this is a piece of steel cable. This is pressed on with eyelets right here in the bottom. Let's separate that. Pressed on with eyelets right here in the bottom. And the purpose of this is that when I'm up, this is my first stick that goes in the tree. I fold it like that specifically so that it stands off the tree, like so. So this actually provides my foot a place to sit. We're running out of camera here. So this provides a place for my foot. This is my first step, and then my second step is here, and then so on. So I like this setup. This essentially buys me another, this is 22 inches. The first step's kind of a doozy, but this provides me another stick, essentially. And that gets me just a little higher. And that's all you need sometimes. So I have that wrapped around, goes over the front like that, and then it locks in there. That stays put. I like that. Doesn't weigh anything. And then these lock together. These actually have holes right here. And then this button right here that goes in the hole. And you line up the feet and it snaps together. Just like that. Works pretty good. Stays together nicely. Oops. Stays together nicely when you do it correctly. What's going on here? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Yeah, anyway. I don't really spend much time on these because these get cinched together anyway. Let's see. Where were we? So this stays like that. Streamer brain. Yeah, right? I don't spend much time with these, especially in the woods. I really just want to make sure that they stick together like this because they won't really rattle much. These 2 clanks, those will stay together, but I got something coming up for that. I've actually been looking into this today. I think we're going to do something on these called the rope mod. Essentially, we're going to eliminate all of this cordage and straps and the webbing and all that. And we're just going to go to 8mm accessory cord. Doing that, when it's done right, will not only be stronger than this, but it'll be lighter and it'll be quieter. So those are going. Each of these weighs 8 ounces, I believe. So I have 2 pounds in straps here. Tapping the buckles made me think of smoke together. Yeah, no, and this is, it's too heavy. I can't do it anymore. I've messed with these for a while. If you have one bad toss with these, you hear clank. And anyone who hunts knows that clank echoes through the woods big time. So those are going away. Anyway, I like to do this with this. So I lay this bag down. I take one set of sticks, lay it on the side, the other set of sticks, lay it on this side. I like to get these so they're kind of locked in. And then I take my we? Take my straps right here. Yeah, it does. It is loud. Come on. This is the other reason I have a love-hate with this bag. It works very well. However, these straps are pretty uncooperative. And I think for something that's supposed to be cinched tight, it should be a little more cooperative. So I like to do this, clip it together in the middle, and then I pull it tight. And if you pull down like that, get this so it's secured. These came apart. That's the issue here. Same thing here. It's got another strap in the bottom. Just like that. When these are stacked proper, like these, they stay nice. But even with these not being stacked properly, it still floats. It's fairly quiet. It works out pretty good. So if you were walking through the woods and these became disconnected, it's not going to fall apart on you. And that's a big thing to me. Nothing ever goes perfect, right? So I think for what I'm doing, this is a good setup. Is it the best setup? I don't think it's the best setup. I think this can be improved upon. I think I got to get rid of these buckles like we were talking about. This platform, I could probably cut some weight off that. We'll see. More to come. More to come. Let's see. Let's get these off. Yeah, improvement's always possible. I think the move is to cut some of these out. Lose some weight like that. These corners, while they might look decent, I don't love it. You don't stand on these corners. I find myself standing here on the side. I put a lot of weight on here, a lot of weight on the side here. These two are a big one right here. I like that. I stand on this quite a bit when it's folded. I could probably lose some weight on this thing. Probably trim out some of it. We'll see. We'll see. They also just made a smaller one, so that might be a better avenue. Just get rid of this one and get the smaller one. But this is light. So this is 8 pounds. These are, I think, 4 total. Maybe 5. These are the Novix mini sticks. That's the bag setup. As you can see, it's still hunting fresh. And then we have the saddle. So this is what replaces my tree stand. Not a huge fan of cutting out. Yeah. I'll look for a new one that's better designed. They did just come out with a new one, which is why I'm kind of considering it. It has these, what is it? Ledges almost. Right here, it's almost angled, so it would be more comfortable. It's smaller. Is it the way to go? I don't know. I don't have any real complaints with this. I think this is a great stand. I actually like the size, and I would almost rather have this bigger one because I can stand on this. A lot of these other platforms, you can't stand on them. They're too small. But this specifically, if I need to take a break, I can lay up and stand on them. Yes, I changed the sheets. Jeez. Hey, Phil, how are you? So, the saddle. This is kind of the way that everyone's going now, especially for mobile setups. This does a bigger one give you more visibility to be able to look around the tree? Yeah, and that's kind of what I like about it. The bigger one gives you the ability to stand on it, like I was saying, and you can stand up on it, turn 180 degrees, and look away from the tree, like a typical tree stand. This guy, with it being a little larger, I feel like it's more stable, and you can get around the back of it easier and push off the tree and get 360 degrees. I think I might just live with it. I'm not really gaining much. I think so they have this weight on their website. This is 8 pounds, with the strap, 8 pounds. The other one I believe is 6 pounds, and then they have another one that is 5. I don't really think it's worth it. I think the extra weight is worth it. But let's see. So the saddle. This lives on my hips, and this has like its own little bags that I have all stacked up with everything. This has got little cinch straps. This is made by Tether. This is a tethered Phantom. This is a nice setup. If you're getting into mobile hunting, I would recommend this. The Phantoms are good. I don't know if they're the best per se. There's a lot of options out there. I like Tethered because I think they're really pushing the envelope of what you can do with these things. Not only, I mean, this is made in USA. This is an extremely high quality item. This on its own has got the Raptor buckle. This is a nice feature. I like that a lot. I mean, this is a true harness. The newer ones that they sell, they don't have this buckle anymore. But you know, the way this clips together, I mean, that is just, listen to that. That's nice. Very positive. That's good. Let's see. So I have 2 bags on the side of this thing. One here, one here. These hold my climbing ropes. Yeah, it is that's the name. I couldn't remember the name. Cobra buckle. I believe the brand is Raptor. So this is what I got. ADF Raptor. Does have a part number on there actually. You could replace this if you wanted to. But this is a real climbing buckle. I mean, this is rated to, what's it say on there? Nine kilonewtons, and then it has another rating for 18 kilonewtons, but I can't understand what they're referring to. I believe the pull apart is 9 kilonewtons. And I mean, the saddle would fail before you break this buckle. That's the unit. What else we got here? So the 2 saddle bags on it. In this holds my lineman's rope. So 8-foot lineman rope. Fall and suspend. Yeah, that's exactly right. Fall and suspend. Yeah, I must be suspended 9 and then 18 fall, I imagine. Or like a shock load or something. So 11 millimeter accessory cord is what I use. This is for my lineman's belt. For those who don't know what a lineman's belt is, it's essentially some loops on the side here. This is similar to like your normal hunting harness. So this goes around the tree. You clip it here with another climbing carabiner, which is just this is a Black Diamond climbing carabiner. And then I have a Ropeman 1 Ascender on here. I think this is a vital piece. This is definitely some extra weight, but you pull on that, it locks immediately, and you're good to go. This works on 11 millimeter cord. I believe it works down to, here we go. Works on 10 to 13 millimeter accessory cord. These Ropeman 1s are good. Big fan. Yeah, 2,000 pounds of force. You would never exceed this in this saddle. So this saddle would fail before that buckle failed. Yeah, our resident scientist. Let's see. So I like to keep my lineman rope in there. What else I got in here? I have a spare climbing carabiner. You never know. These could fail at any time, and that might ruin your hunt. That might ruin your day. So that lives in that pouch. And this one, this is my actual tree tether. So a tree tether, essentially, this goes around the tree. This is a free rope. Again, 11 millimeter accessory cord. This goes around the tree, cinches through. This is a what's the word? I think not a sewn eyelet. I believe it's weaved or something like that. But this is a real eyelet. This has a rated strength of 5,000 pounds. You could literally hang my truck from this thing. You're not breaking these. Again, 11 millimeter accessory cord. This has a Prusik knot on here. That's essentially how you move this up and down the tether. That's how you set your height, and it locks in. Another climbing carabiner. This hooks to the bridge right here. And that is how you're actually suspended. A splice, yes, a splice. That's exactly right. So these splices are nice because this makes this rope extremely strong. You're not going to get stronger than that. Let's see. I think these are some of the most important parts of this system. You have to have good ropes with these. If you don't have good ropes, it's just like a weak link in a chain, right? If you break one of these ropes, you're done. That's it. So, gotta invest in good ropes. I think a lot of people try and skimp on them because I think something like this is $100 now. I paid. Well, I think when I got them, they were a little cheaper, but you always want to buy these new, never secondhand, and you have to get what you interpret as the best, because if you aren't, you're really rolling the dice. This is the way to go. So there's that, and this is the same thing. I actually made this because it's just accessory cord. So you can do a lot of this yourself. It's just ropes and knots. Let's see what else we got here. Oop, we're all tangled up. So what are we doing here? There we go. This is the bridge of the saddle. This is 1/2 inch Amsteel, I believe. Amsteel blue. It's a extremely strong rope. Even though this is a lot smaller, I believe that this is actually stronger than this rope. They make these, and they both have built-in eyelets that are spliced. Another Prusik knot made of the AM steel. It works really good. I mean, this is essentially how you're attached to the tree. This attaches here, goes right through, and then you're attached to the tree like so. You're hanging from this. So it's an interesting setup, but it works good. What do we got to talk around here? Instant fire. Pour glycerin, glycol, and potassium permanganate. 100% agree with that rope. Yeah, the rope is important. Absolutely. Saltpeter nitrate. Spectride stump remover. Interesting. Battle, you know a lot more than I do, brother. I'm not much of a chemist. I apparently am interpreted as one sometimes, but I don't know a whole lot about chemistry. What else we got going on here? I think that's it. We don't go in here. Oh, also my hero clip. For anyone that's an archery hunter, I would definitely recommend these. This is called a hero clip. It's essentially a carabiner that folds in on itself, and then it makes a hook. So you can clip this to whatever you want, and then you can hang your bow on it. This is a pretty slick setup. I mean, this weighs nothing. This is not for climbing. This has like a max load rating of 60 pounds, I think. It works good. It's tiny, and I really like that it folds up. I mean, that's its size. I mean, that fits in the palm of your hand. This works good. Big fan of that. What else? Oh, yeah. So this is a HIS strap, they call it, HYS strap. This goes around the tree, and it provides some loops. And this is actually what you're hanging all of your stuff from in the tree. This is completely portable, extremely strong. I mean, I probably hang 30, 40 pounds off this thing. Works awesome. Big fan of that. Tethered makes a good one. They also make these awesome little hooks. Now, these have kind of been like adopted in different places, but these are good. Now, it's an open hook, so it's not like anything that's secured, but this goes through and has a little tab, and when this bites, it's pretty tough to get it off. I like this thing. They're pretty clever design. They're starting to like kind of integrate these into a lot of bags. I don't know if Tethered held a patent on these. I believe they were the first ones to start using these. Not sure if they held a patent and started selling it or what's going on, but they do a good job. What else? Anything else in here? Well, I think that's my whole system. Everything I carry in this saddle, I would probably assume is essential. Other than some miscellaneous clips like that, everything that's in this saddle is in this saddle for a reason. I use every bit that is in here every single time. I can't lose weight on this, unfortunately. I think the only way you would lose weight on this is by potentially going to smaller ropes. I think you could step down to an 8mm accessory cord. Those would be plenty strong enough for what we're doing with this. This Lyman rope is actually due for a replacement, so I think an 8mm accessory cord might be my future here. However, you got to change the mechanical ascender if you do that. Ropeman 1 is not rated for 8mm cord. It's rated for 10 to 13, so this would have to be exchanged somehow. I have to figure that out. But that's it. Another, I think another important point to make with this is that all this stuff gets put back in the order that I use it. So that always goes back to the end, just like that. Feed it in the bag, and then you feed the cord in. Doing it like that really helps to kind of keep these bags managed properly, no tangles or anything. Because this is about 8 feet of cord. That'll get me pretty much any tree I want. You can get up to, I've climbed trees that are probably 4 feet in diameter. Anything larger than that, you can't really do it around with the sticks. This always goes in last or first, depending on the order. Always in the bottom of the bag, because this goes on the tree last, and it goes on. It always comes out last. So this goes in, or it goes in first, depending on the order. So it comes off the tree and goes in the bag first. Same thing here. Always to the end on the rope. Take the carabiner, stuff it down to the bottom of the bag, and then just start stuffing the rope in there. And as I'm kind of tough to tell, but as I'm doing this, I'm kind of making a loop and looping it in the bag, just like that. And these got some nice cinch straps. Locked it in, they're good. I think another part I left out on this is the suspenders. The suspenders are awesome. So just like normal suspenders, these go over your back, but this helps to carry some good weight on this. I'm typically climbing with my sticks on this and the platform. That's why I have these hooks down here, like that. I'll typically clip my platform here, and then I have some loops just made out of some 550 cord, and I will put my sticks through here. So something like this, take your cleat, weave it through, and that's plenty to hold it. So I'll actually climb with this up on the side there. What else? What else? What else? What else? I believe that's it. Hero clip, I forgot to put it in, but each of these bags has like little pockets on the side, so just sneak that in there. I like to kind of keep everything back in the same place. That way, I mean, a lot of times you're doing this in the dark, so you kind of have to know how to do it without seeing it. What are we talking about? Saddle set is solid. I leave that alone. The bag, I dropped the knife for a smaller, lighter model. Capetic sheet cut the rattle antlers in half. Yeah. Go to leaving the binos in the truck. The grunt call doesn't get used much. Ditches save a couple extra ounces. Yeah, no, I think we're both on the same wavelength there. I am just not really. Let's back up. We're not touching this. This is a solid setup, completely, modified for how I use it. I think this is how it's staying. So let's set this aside. This guy. We're gonna cut this guy in half. We cut that in half, then we're only talking about carrying one of these. So yeah, it's definitely gold. That's I didn't really do much to that either. I think the only thing I really did to that is tie the lineman's rope to the loop rather than using another carabiner. Not really worth it to have another carabiner. I mean, they're not that light, but they're not that heavy. But it's just another piece of metal, and especially with hunting, you don't want metal. Metal is clanky, it's loud, it's not worth it. Yeah, the setup it's a good setup. Believe me, I enjoy hunting, especially I don't know. I really like the gear side of it. I really like the innovation that goes into this stuff. It's different. So this is going to get cut in half. That'll save us a ton of weight. What else? This guy. I don't have this with me all the time. I think that's a good point to make. I put this in my bag in probably November. I don't carry it in October, really. There's really no need. Pockets are fine. Sweatshirt pocket. Maybe November, December. Once we start walking a little bit more, I like to have this with me. Not only is this good extra storage, this is essentially a fanny pack, So this is good, but this I should say that this doesn't always live with me. I keep it in there in the off season, just so it it stays put. Don't lose it. Let's set this aside. The Buck 119. It's a pretty knife, isn't it? That's a classic. If I can even say that. This is from 2017. It's a 75-year edition. Nice knife. But the weight, the sheath is not great. That's going. So let's start separating some things. Let's do that. Going away. One of these is disappearing. This guy, so he's staying. We're gonna cut that in half. The Leatherman. I might have brought this up before a lot of people showed up. Love to have one myself, but it's not getting used. Yeah, exactly. If it's not getting used, it's dead weight. Like a dress knife. Time to retire for a scalpel. That's right. I think that's the way to go. Those are extremely sharp. I think it's definitely the way to go. Ear protection. That's got to stay. Let's see. I'm going to put this in the first aid kit. That way I don't forget about it like I did last time. So that's going to stay in the first aid kit. Especially for when gun season rolls around, the ear protection is super important. You got to have that. I know it's just one shot and, blah, blah, blah. I've heard all the stories. Got to have ear protection. Let's see. Leatherman. What's the verdict on the Leatherman? Keep the Leatherman. Leatherman is super important for repairs in the field. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. So this is kind of like a multi-purpose tool as well. This is a signal, a Leatherman signal. So this has got a little dinky sharpener on there. I believe it's just a diamond sharpener. It has also got a ferrocerium rod on it. What else? Nice set of pliers. Big fan of the pliers in these. I think they're awesome. This has also got these straight cutters, not the hard wire cutters. They set this up with it just for soft wire. I think these are ideal. I think that those work good. What else? This has also got the knife on there. Just a nice dual purpose knife, serrated and straight knife. I don't like to carry, let me preface this. I don't like to carry a pocket knife on me when I'm hunting. I have enough stuff on me as it is. I don't like to carry one with me. So having this in my bag, I know it's there. I actually do use this pretty frequently. So that's staying. And this is not a clean knife. This is not to be used as a dressing knife. I think that's not very hygienic. I would not do that because we're hunting for food. This is for meat. So this isn't a trophy hunt. So, well, I guess it's always a trophy hunt, but the food's a plus. This has also got a little saw in there just for trimming branches and whatnot. that strikes your ferrocerium rod pretty nicely when you do need it. Again, this has got the full set of Allen keys on it. Yeah, trophy after food. That's right. So full set of Allen keys on here. This works really good for my bow setup. Everything's Allen on there. If you ever need to adjust something, this is a good setup. This is ultra lightweight. I think my scale, I think it's just out of the range of my scale. Yeah, I actually had that save me last year. I had a sight start to loosen up. I caught it before it moved. So what do we got for ounces? Yeah, this is a very light scale. So we got 1.6 ounces on the Biffs. I believe we're at 8 ounces on the Leatherman. So plus that, 1 ounce. What are we at? 9 ounces overall. Can't beat that. Can't beat that. Staying. Put that on top there. Rangefinder. I think we already decided this. We're losing the binoculars, keeping the rangefinder. £0.5 insurance. That's exactly right. So that's a keep. Nikon Aculon. This thing weighs nothing. I mean, this with the little sight. 5.2 ounces with the cord plus the sheath. 1 ounce, 7 ounces overall. So like that was like 1.5 ounces. So about rounded up to 7. Yeah, goodbye to binoculars is right. I don't think I need them. I don't think I need them on me. I think keeping them in the truck is good. Yeah, this is a 6X. I mean, this you can see pretty far with this thing. I'm actually very happy with this. This was a cheapo. This was not very. I mean, this was $60, I think. Worked good. I'm a big fan. Keep that one. Silky Pocket Boy. 100% keeping that guy. I use this quite a bit, especially if you're looking for new trees. I think I could probably keep this on the outside of my bag, and if I don't need it, I could lose it. But I think we're only talking. Let's see. Yeah, I'd agree. Saw's a must. I don't know what this weighs. 6.4 ounces on the Silky Pocket Boy. 185 with the sheath, so we're talking what? 8 ounces overall. ½ pound. That's a good one. I need to change to the Pocket Boy from the saw I have for serum cutting. That's a better system and lighter. Yeah, I mean, we're talking 8 ounces with the sheath. 6.5 without. So, could we lose the sheath? Could we lose the sheath? I think we could lose the sheath. I mean, this locks. It locks open. That's 1.5 ounces right here. Is it worth the 1.5 ounces? I could probably get rid of this. Keep the sheath to keep the blood from the knife from getting all over the inside of the pack. Probably could do that. In Japan too. It's a nice unit. I'll keep the sheath. I think you're right. We tried hunting in high tide moccasins. You get your needs set of boots. Much climate set. I haven't tried moccasins, but I've heard a lot of people hunting in socks. I guess it's a lot quieter walking. I've never tried it. I hunt in some pretty muddy areas. Then put the gloves and bloody knife in when you're done. Yeah, that's a good one actually. Ziploc bags. I think that's a must for the gloves. Definitely a must for the gloves. I gotta get some fresh dressing gloves. I don't have any that are clean. I have some upstairs that are sterile, but I'll have to bring extra for the heart and liver. Not a bad idea. Yeah, I think he's onto something with that. 1 gallon freezer bag could definitely lose. Keep all that together, nice and clean. I think I'm gonna keep this. Well, it's rattly too. Does this fit? No. You know what? I'm keeping this because I've actually dropped this before. So you know what? It's staying with me. So staying in the sheath. A lot of discussion over an ounce and a half, huh? This is a must. I need this for the to shoot the bow. Let's turn the camera. I keep going out of sight here. Freezer Ziploc bags are thicker than the other zip top. Yeah, no, you guys are onto something. Oh, you're boarding shortly. Nice. I will text you in a bit. Glad to have my wife back at home. Getting a little stir crazy here. Let's see. This guy. So you see, my brother doesn't use these. This is a retractable gear hoist. What do we got for weight here? Three and a half ounces. Now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I had this fail on me, and that kind of ruined the day. And luckily, it was at the bottom of the tree, but I would think to myself, what would happen if it happened at the top of the tree? I don't really know how it would get down. I think I might go back to using 550 cord and just wrapping it properly. If you wrap 550 cord properly, not only is it stronger, it's lighter. Yeah, that's what we're doing. If it's not reliable, ditch it. Yeah, you guys are exactly gone. There's another 3.5 ounces. Yeah, my brother uses paracord, and I think you can get more. You can get better length. You also have paracord on you, which is a whole nother piece. I think that's the way to go. I do. How to properly ratchet. Okay. I'll check that out. No, it is. You always think to yourself, like, oh, I know how to wrap it, and then you end up doing it, and you mess the whole thing up. So I'll have to check that out. Nylon webbing. Is this the solution to the Pocket Boy? Is this the solution to the Pocket Boy? So that goes through, wrap it around. I don't think it's the solution. If I could get, this is also shiny. I don't really like keeping this out in the open. I gotta paint that thing so it's not shiny. Any medical? Yeah, you did miss. I'll go back through that. I'll go back through that. I do carry some medical. It is just a boo-boo kit. I'm not trained on any of this stuff, so yeah, go ahead. Please post it. That would be great because I'll definitely refer back to his short. I think I have my own way of wrapping cord, but I'll watch. I like watching his stuff. Keep the webbing anyway. Weighs nothing, might come in handy. Yeah, I think this webbing, even if you were had to cut this for something, I don't really see the downside to getting rid of this, or the upside to getting rid of this, I should say. Oop, there it goes. Oh, there's actually 3. I dropped one earlier. What else? What else do we got? So we're keeping these. That's a keep. Pocket Boy in the sheath. That's a keep. I need this. This is almost disqualified because that's necessary equipment. The gloves, yeah, keep those. This is a very light set of gloves. Nothing really holding me back. Necessary equipment, yeah, probably. That's a separate pile. That's a keep. We'll go through that in a sec. This guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go through and add it up. I was just thinking the same thing. I'd like to weigh all this and see how much weight I've shed. I didn't weigh my bag beforehand. I kind of wish I did. I'll report back to that. I'm gonna go through. I'll pack this bag. Maybe I'll pack it on another live stream and weigh the whole thing. Maybe I'll do a short on that. I'll pack this thing together, get a total weight on it, and I think we'll weigh this stuff in the live stream and see how much we've lost. This guy. I don't think we're keeping this. I don't really use this thing. You know, my brother did make it for me. I don't really use this thing. It's kind of annoying to put around the tree. Just, nah. Not really worth it. What else? Here's the big guy when we dive into it. The buck grunt. What we got for weight on this guy? Are we out of scale? This scale is kind of light duty. 5 ounces on the buck grunt. This is a combo flex tone. Do I need a grunt call? Yeah, exactly. Only 5 ounces. I think a grunt call is necessary. I have lured in deer with this grunt call. The antlers, I can't say I have. I know that I got a deer to turn around with this buck grunt. So I think this is going to stay. The antlers have not proven themselves to me. I know they have to other hunters, but to me, they have not proven themselves. Yeah, exactly. For only 5 ounces, I think it's a keeper. It's a keeper. All right. Keep pile. The wind thing. This one's pretty light. I think we're losing this. I've worked rattle and then calls together, but it can be difficult. Grunts do work well in a rut. Well, I like to use this because when you're walking through the woods, you give this a couple grunts every 10 feet or so, and if you're doing it right, you should be able to sound like a buck walking through the woods. So that's where I use this. This one's getting a little old. I might upgrade it. We'll see. Wonder if I can shed some weight on it. I can see the reeds a little messed up. Yeah, blade of grass or at least enjoy the wind. Milkweed. I like to use milkweed. Actually, Cody just gave me a pouch. Forgot about this. Yeah, so it is like audio camouflage, exactly. It kind of does dual duty. So this, I mean, you can, because think about it, a buck this is walking through the woods, they do just grunt, just kind of tutting along, or putting along, and you give this a grunt every 10 feet or so, just, you know, no patterns or anything like that, just try and make a little bit of noise, to kind of disguise yourself as a deer. Break up your steps, things like that. These work. I think that's worth the wait. That's a key. We're good there. And it does. It's also a doe call, so works good. I mean, this one sounds pretty good too. It sounds pretty good. I like that one. That's a keep. Dead downwind wind detector. That's going. Yeah, that's going. I can get milkweed instead, and I think that's a better way to go. Cody just gave me a little pouch that I was going to use for milkweed. The only difference is when it showed up, it smelled a little oily. I don't know what he was doing with it, but I'm not sure if I can take it hunting. I'll have to check. I might be able to wash it out. I don't know if I can take it hunting. This is a good second. I'll put this on the. This is going on the bench, but it's not going in the bag. What else? I think we already made the decision on these. I'm going to put these back in the regular bag, out of the chest rig, and these are going to live in my truck. If I need them in the truck, I need them. If I don't, I don't. But they're not coming to the woods with me. At least not during hunting season. Maybe scouting. I could see scouting. Yeah. All right. That's a truck thing. Yeah, exactly. Perfect for the truck. Exactly. You can see pretty far with binoculars, especially those. I haven't measured it, but you can see pretty far with those. We're really shedding some weight here. It's making me think I need a smaller bag. We're not putting a lot in this bag anymore. Little leather pouch or like a medicine bag. And you can put the milkweed in that. It only weighs an ounce or two. That's a good idea. Like a little tiny guy, right? I actually saw they had this thing at Cabela's. It was a little microfiber bag. I'll have to check that out. That might be the way to go. Little, tiny. I mean, like that big, an inch, maybe two. That might be the way to go. This guy, Night Eyes S-Miner, plastic, pretty light. What do we got? Bag itself with reduction in the size, anyway, a smaller bag might be more nimble and less weights. I don't know what the bag weighs. I don't know. My scale isn't heavy enough. I got this little tiny. I thought it went a little higher. I guess not. The bigger scale I was using, I had to. I don't have that at the house right now. I brought it to work. I'll have to check that out. Let's see. The S-Miner. 1.6 ounces. Do I use it? I don't really use it. The only thing I use it for is to combine the bag and the bow if I need to, but I don't think I really need to. That can go away. That's an ounce and a half right there. We've probably cut out a pound or two. I think we've cut out a pound or two. First aid kit. Can we lose weight in that? We're at 7 ounces here. Can you use the J-hook carabiner for what you use a carabiner? I potentially. Actually that's a good point. I didn't think about that, but I could do that. That's rated for 60 pounds, and I'm not carrying 60 pounds. So I could do that, actually. Use that hook. Combine. Well, the reason I liked this guy is because it cinched them together. Sometimes when you're pulling the stuff up, it starts to spin and all that junk. I don't want the bow to fall. The bag, I could care less. But the bow, if that falls, if you would drop with that, you're definitely going to knock it out of sight. I don't think that's worth it. I think that can go away, because what I've done in the past is I've taken this guy. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was going to say. I didn't understand what you're saying at first, but now I do. So yeah, in the past I've taken this guy, looped it through the loop on the bag, through the cam on the bow, and then kind of went back and did one of these. Come on. So now we have a loop in this, and I've cinched it together like that. That's worked in the past. I think I didn't do that too much with this because I don't trust this nylon webbing. I think it's pretty flimsy junk. But 550 cord, you could do that pretty easy. I think that's the way to go. So lose that. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Milkweed in the air will help you. What are we talking about? What's the milkweed for? Yeah, Sean hit it right in the head there. The milkweed, you drop it in the wind and it weighs nothing. So the wind essentially carries it and it shows you where the wind is going and it shows you swirls in the wind. Milkweed is preferred over something like this because this only has, you can't even really see that on the target or in the, this only goes so far. Milkweed carries and it goes very far. So that's going away. We're going to milkweed. First aid kit. I don't think there's anything I can shave out of here. Ear protection, need that. If you get badly hurt, will mean nothing. Exactly, yeah. I mean, this kit is not going to save anyone, honestly. Or maybe, I shouldn't say that. That's not a good way to put that. But this is more of a boo-boo kit. This is more, you know, cut yourself with a broadhead, which happens very often. You know, if someone were to get shot with a broadhead, I don't think this is going to help them. Maybe. I mean, we have some triangle bandages in here. I've definitely got some wound care, some antiseptic stuff. There's some larger bandages in here. We have a 4x4, a 2x2, and we have wound dressing adhesive. Conforming bandage. I gotta beef this kit up. I was talking earlier in the stream. I bought this kit for the bag. I like the bag. It's tiny, 4x6, fits everything. I think this is a good kit for what it is. I think it actually works pretty well. Show the broadhead you consider your friends. Yeah, that's right. You use to put pressure on the bag wound to stop the bleeding. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's exactly right. This, in my opinion, this kit is not your last stop. This will buy you time until you can get real help. I'm not trained to do this stuff. I have searched for the training. It's not really available in my area. I'm looking for it. But for now, until I can learn those skills, I think that even this kit is kind of pushing the boundaries of what I can do. So I think for me, in this weight category, and for what I need it for, this is it. Now this is labeled well. I really like the way this is labeled. I mean, these are bags. They're labeled exactly what's in them. I mean, this is wound care right here. All of the stuff. This has a Mylar blanket. Do I need the Mylar blanket? I'll have to reach out to the crowd here. Do Mylar blanket. Essential or not. We are looking at 2 ounces. It's a get help kit. That's exactly right. This is not keep the Mylar blanket in case you get stuck in the woods overnight. That's right. All mine is weight training. She has a full surgical kit. Mylar kit. 90% of body heat. What else can you use a Mylar blanket for? I know you can use it for hypothermia. I mean, this is pretty reflective signaling. Preventing shock. Shelter for rain. Be a man and shiver. Well, don't forget, we have the ability to make fire. We do have ferrocerium rods. I also carry, I took them out because I was using them elsewhere on the off season. I have lifeboat matches with me at all times. I like lifeboat matches. I think they work really well. I'm not hunting very remote. The areas I hunt right now, I'm all within a mile of civilization. Never without cell service. Very rarely without cell service, I should say. Matches. Actually, that reminds me. I'm gonna get the matches. That's something I shouldn't. This is the big one. UCO LiPo matches. Do I need the whole kit? 2 ounces. I think we're at a crossroads here. Mylar blanket or store blankets? Mylar blanket is a very good additive to the kit. Not very heavy. Lots of uses. Is there an area where there's actually risk of you not being able to get out and call 911? No, no. There you would be able to call 911. However, I have been in situations where you can get pretty cold pretty fast. And I think this could be the ticket. Especially for people who are unprepared. Hunting, if you're exercising a lot and you're sweating, no need for the storm majesty of the Ferrocerium. Good point. Good point. I think the Mylar blanket's staying. I've been hunting with people who are ill prepared and who have gotten dangerously cold. I think this could be the ticket. This is a big one too. 84 by 52. Keeping. Done. Personal medicines. What is in here? Do I have personal medicines? Look at that. What a ticket right here. Key the blanket, lead the matches, use ferro rod. Success and life staves. All right. Good call. Staying out. So in the personal medication patch, we've got nice little baggies, actually. Little guys. Whole bunch of them. There's more in here. Rule of threes. 3 minutes for air. Next one is 3 hours without shelter. Mylar blanket is a portable shelter. Yeah, you know what? You guys have sealed the deal. That is the way to go. Mylar blanket. I have been a couple miles from the truck. My regular hunting spots are only a mile or so, maybe probably less. But there are areas where I get out that are pretty remote. So I think the Mylar blanket is the way to go, especially if someone were to approach becoming dangerously cold. I think a Mylar blanket is the ticket. Let me know if I'm on with that one. I think I'm in the realm with that. This is staying. Personal medicine. This is just a little bag. I think I'll put some Advil and stuff in here. I don't have any of that in here. I think I did have some. Yeah, I gotta get some Advil, Tylenol, all that good stuff. What do we got here? Little note. For your personal medicines, important. It is always best to stock medicines appropriate for your unique health needs. We provide this bag for ease of use. Tell you, this is a good little kit. This is an Amazon special, but I like this kit. I think this was cheap too. It really didn't cost a lot. Good little bag. Good little, like, the way it's labeled and organized, it's pretty stout. Hypothetical. It's cold out and you fall from the stand, break your ankle, can't leave. The blanket will keep you alive until people come looking. And that, yeah, that's exactly it. I think, yeah, the Mylar is staying. The Mylar is staying. Usually I also carry a pack of travel Tylenol, Advil, Modium, and Tums for meds just in case when hunting and or outdoors. Yeah. Headache, the runs, and muscle pains. Big balls, the same meds, work every 2. I got to get my EpiPen in here. I do have an EpiPen. I think that is something that's going to live in this bag. Got to get more of those. Shears. I have used these before, not for anything surgical. I've used these to cut tags. I think these are a keep. I don't see why these wouldn't be a keep. These cut fabric. I mean, these are full. These are sharp. I mean, those are sharp. Million uses hunting. I agree. EpiPens is important. Shears needed versus the Leatherman. Are the shears needed versus the Leatherman? I think yes in this case. This Leatherman does not have scissors like a lot of them do. I think if you had to cut clothing, that this is your go-to. In that example you put out there, you broke your ankle. If you need to cut clothing, this is what you're going for. I mean, this has the skid pad on the bottom here, not sharp. These are light. These are light. 1 ounce. I don't think it's worth it. I think these are a keep. Let's keep. I mean, they cut this nylon webbing like nothing. I think they're a keep. Cat tourniquet, that's an obvious keep. No issue there. What do we got? 2.5 ounces. That's an obvious keep. So let's look at our bag. How are we doing on power? All right, gentlemen, I got 10% on my laptop's battery. Let's wrap this up. So let's start with what we're keeping. Obviously the medical kit. We just went through that. All the bags. Let's put these back where they go. Nice little pouches too. Like this is put together nicely. I'm a fan. Mylar blanket goes on this side. On the plane. Perfect. Get to see my wife soon. I'm happy about that. All right. Patches. We got personal medicine. That'll go in the back here. Shears. Those are staying. Definitely staying. Cat tourniquet, absolutely. I like your idea of putting this in a more accessible location. I'm gonna explore that a little bit more. Because this is not the best location. This is usually buried in a bag. Could you get to it? Yes. But I think if I needed to get to it faster, I would probably start ripping at that bag. That's a stay. This stuff is staying. Can we weigh this? Is this out of range? Eight ounces. Right here, this was 8 ounces, the Leatherman. So 16 ounces, 1 pound. We have got, I think this was also 8 ounces. What was this? 6.5, 1/8. Math on camera. Call it 8 ounces, give or take. We're rounding. Small on the back of my belt, usually keep an IFAX and so yeah. It might be. I could keep it in one of the tool bags on the side. Use some shock cord, bungee paracord. Could tie another tourniquet to the shoulder strap for not extra weight and quick removal while secure it. Good call. I'll look into that. I could probably get this tourniquet out of here, save the room, get that on the bag in an accessible location. I think that's the ticket. Buck grunt, we decided to stay. Wait, so what are we at? I just lost my place here. 8. Kit. We had 8 ounces leather. What we got? Pocket Boy, Silky Soft. That's another 8 ounces. We got 5 on the Grunt Call. The Nikon, 6.5. Little antler thing. Let's see what we got here on the antler. Is this gonna fit? Yeah, we're out of range on the antler. Half pound. Can't weigh more than that. 8 ounces. Necessary equipment. Are we including this in the weight? I don't think so. These are staying out. These live in the bag, so that can go in the bag. 2.5 ounces. Not gonna be included because I don't always have this. 2 is 1, 1 is none. I'm on the 2 curing routine. 1 is in the shoulder for quick size, and 1 in the IFAK. All right. So 2 it is. Gonna get another one of those. Not included. What do we got here? Little strap things. Half ounce. Half ounce on those. Nothing. Let's see what we got here. Wow, that has been pretty successful. 2.9 pounds, 46 ounces. 46.5 ounces. 2.9 pounds total gear. Gear Pro in the IFAK. Yep. Yeah, there is Gear Pro in there. I put them in. Oh, jeez. Whoops. It was in the IFAK. There we go. Now it's in there. All right, so we are looking at this setup here. IFAK, antler, gloves, little strap things, rangefinder, Grunt Call, Silky Soft, and Leatherman. 2.9 pounds. Yeah, teamwork. That's right. 2.9 pounds. Very light. Very, very light. Also, I'd like to add one of these. Not this one specifically. This a little mini Right in the Rain book. I think this is going to end up in my pack. This is a little guy. I use these at work all the time. Half an ounce. We're picking up no weight on this. I think I'm going to get a fresh one of these. Put this in the kit with the pen. We're still under 3 pounds. Or are we at 3 pounds exactly? Where are we at? No, we're still under 3 pounds. 2.9 pounds. Tell you what, that's a good setup. Look at all the weight we shed. Binoculars, antlers, this guy, wind detector, this thing. Oof. This one kind of hurts. Lost a lot of weight. I'm happy with that. We have got That's a good setup now. Real nice setup. So I end the stream because my laptop has got, I'd assume, seconds. Under 3 pounds before water. Awesome. Yeah, that's a good point. Probably looking at 2 pounds of water here. I think this is 28 ounces is what it holds. So what we got there? 1 3/4 pound. So call it 2 pounds with the bottle. So we're at 5 pounds with a full Yeti. That's pretty good. I think I'm gonna start reevaluating this. This is a big bag for all that. Is it too big? I'd say yeah. Shed the weight of a whole toolbox. Don't know how that fits in your bag, but looks like a nice roller box. Oh yeah. Yeah, buck knife was a huge weight savings. Yeah, I gotta get the scalpel, so we're not finished here yet, but I gotta get one of those.